Welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we're reacting to Canada versus Uzbekistan. International friendly. Canada returns to the Ice Teca on a mild spring night. So it's not as icy as it was before, but they're back in Edmonton. Playing Uzbekistan, their second to last friendly before the World Cup. Both teams are playing at the World Cup, Uzbekistan and Canada. Canada, of course, is the host. Uzbekistan qualifying through Asian qualifying. Uzbekistan from the same confederation as Qatar. Canada trying to play a team from a similar region. Play style, we'll see. How we doing, Captain Falcon? How we doing? How we doing, Uzbekistan fans? Because I know there's a lot of you here. I can't really speak much Arabic, but welcome. Hopefully you enjoy this and come back for the World Cup games, because I will be live for all y'all games. Because I'm live for every World Cup game. I'm going live for every World Cup game at the World Cup. We're going every game. So you'll see me again. If you like this, you'll see me again. At least 3 times. If not more. With that being said, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Here we go. Hello. See what that says. Translate. We're looking forward to this game. Me too. Let's have some fun. Let's have a fun game. It's a friendly. Let's have a fun game. Let's build a good World Cup group together. Starting 11s are as follows. For Canada in goal, Maxime Crepeau, Alistair Johnston, Derek Cornelius, Moise Bombito, Richie Larea, the back 4. Midfield 3, Ishmael Kone, Stephen Eustachio, Tajon Buchanan, and the front 3 of Liam Miller, Kyle Larin, and Jonathan David. Of course, Marcelo Flores tore his ACL. He's out of the squad. You knew it was bad when you saw he was hurt during the CONCACAF final. You knew it was bad. Torn ACL. Damn. So that's going to be something to have to build back from. Still can't beat the USA, beat the AFCON champs. But are they really the AFCON champs? No, we watched them play. The USA might actually be good. Either way, start 11 for Uzbekistan. In goal, Abduvoid Nematov, the back 3 of Rustamjan Ashurmatov, Abdul Kadir Kusanov from Man City, Farouk Safiev, the midfield 4 of Shirzad Nasrulov, Obatek Shurikov, Olidzon Kamrabekov, Abdullah Abdullayev, the midfield attacking players of Azizhan Ganiev, Oston Uranov, and up top, Eldor Shamuradov. It's not Man City, it's the 2026 Premier League Bottlers. I knew you were going to say that. But, I mean, yeah, we watched them lift the trophy and win and celebrate, but then Morocco got it through the courts. So who's really the champions? I'm trolling. Senegal are the champions to me. Yes. Both these teams are playing at the World Cup. I mean, I agree. Canada's got to put in a performance. If they don't, I'm worried. If they don't put in a performance. And Uzbekistan is a solid team. The Moroccan players didn't even accept the trophy. Oh, really? As I said, I still think Senegal is the AFCON champions. I watched the game. Senegal won 1-0. I don't give a crap what the court says. A lot of Uzbekistani fans saying good luck to at least their team, if not Canada. Probably their team. I don't think they're saying good luck to Canada, but Best of luck to y'all. I don't know if I'd be saying that this was the World Cup itself, but, you know, it's a friendly. I'd rather beat a team who tries to play us instead of just we beat the shit out of a team who doesn't try to play us. So let's see if Canada plays down to competition. Uzbekistan's on a really good forward path of growing. They're becoming a stronger side. I mean, we played down to Iceland, so what do you know? I mean, come on now. Oh yeah, no, I'm pissed. I'm pissed about that. You don't have to wait 8 days for me to talk about all the CONCACAF rosters. You don't have to. I'll tell you this right now. I'm pissed. Crapeau's going to play 45 minutes in the first half. Dane St. Clair's going to play the second half of this game. I don't know why we're trying to push this Dane St. Clair thing. Just if we're going to play one of the two we've been playing for 2 years under Jesse, play Maxime. But James Panamis is the best Canadian goalie right now, especially in MLS. Hell, I mean, Owen Goodman, I'm not complaining about. Like, if you're not going to play Panamis, I understand why you brought Owen Goodman, a younger goalie who's in England, in Europe, to be the third goalie to get World Cup experience, as in experience the World Cup. But for that being said, wasn't Panamis on the 2022 roster as the third goalie? I think Dane was the backup at the time because Crapeau just broken his leg against LAFC in the final, or as for LAFC in the final of the Cup, MLS Cup. So I think it was Borjan, Dane, and Panamis. So Panamis got at least jumped by one guy from 4 years ago. Okay, that's, yeah, no, I don't like it either. I'd rather see Panamis start at this point. St. Clair is better because he plays with a goat. You don't know. You must be a Messi fan or Uzbekistani fan who doesn't watch Canada. He doesn't even play good for Miami. He used to be really good for Minnesota. But he was horrible for Canada the whole time, and now he's just Canada St. Clair all the time. He's a horrible goalie all the time. You certainly don't watch Canada. You certainly don't watch Canada. You're going to say some stuff like that. If Senegal won, it was 1-0. If Morocco won, it's 3-0 walkover. Yes. Kuzanov's not even that good of a defender. Like, I've never been that wowed by him when I watch him play at Man City. He's not that good. Like, he's not a John Stones. He's not Mark Gahey. There's a reason why they got Mark Gahey. He ain't that good. I mean, Laren might look like crap because, well, then again, he's been playing in the EPL. Wait, didn't he score? Or didn't he? Well, he didn't score in the FA Cup semi, but either way, I think they'll be fine. Hello, good evening. Actually, a USMNT fan. Fair enough, but how much do you watch Canada? Go Canada. Panamis not being on the roster is head-scratching. It's more like slamming your head through a wall, not being on the roster. It's more like somebody slammed their head through a wall. That's what I'm talking about. It's not head-scratching. You just slammed your head through a wall for no reason whatsoever. That's worse. It's about as stupid as somebody burning down their city because you won the Champions League. I still don't get it. No. I don't even think Paris burned last year, didn't it? Or was it so obvious they were winning that they didn't burn it because by the 30th minute the game was over last year? Is that why they didn't burn it? Because I don't think Paris was burning last year. What's the difference this time? The fact it went to penalties? Why burn your own city if you're winning? I don't get it. At least when Vancouver burnt their city, they lost the Stanley Cup. It's on FS2. The game's on FS2. Well, fair enough. Fair enough, but that's just because they're writing about something. I mean, winning the game itself. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing? I mean, when the city's burning itself. Then again, didn't they burn the city when they won the World Cup in 2018? Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, TSN and One Soccer in Canada, FS2 USA. I don't know where it's on in Uzbekistan. I have no idea. If they show Canada, we'll sing it. If they don't, at least on here. Does Switzerland scare you? Let me watch this game before I say anything. Let me see what happens here before I say anything. Let's see what they do here before I say anything. Oh, look, a Belmont Steaks ad. How many people actually care about it, though? I mean, I do, but now that there's no Triple Crown, who cares about it? Tonight, oh, Canada. Tomorrow night, Tim Payne. Oh, I knew I'd pop some of y'all putting Tim Payne on the thumbnail for tomorrow. June 12th is my birthday. I turned 41 when Canada opens their World Cup. You're 41. That is not what I would have thought. I thought you were like if I had to guess, I would have thought you were in your 20s. Just as a guess. Damn, I was way off. That is not something I would have guessed. But happy early birthday. Definitely wanted to guess that. Canada versus Bosnia on the 12th at 3 p.m. Yes, we'll be live for that game because we'll be live for every World Cup game. Every game. Every game. I'm going to run myself into a wall. But I do it all for you. Every game. Every game. Canada versus Uzbekistan in Edmonton. It's raining in Edmonton at the home of the Elks at the Iceteca. Instead of snow, it's raining. Oh. Edmonton is 45 degrees Fahrenheit, 7 Celsius. I thought it would be a little bit warmer, but it is, I guess, well, you would think the prairies would be a little bit warmer in May, or June, actually. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Cool. Teams are about to walk out. France. I'd love to see Iraq put up a good fight, but France. France's team has the team that is the most informed going into the World Cup of their players, of their best players. France is not going to struggle with Iraq. Unless maybe they've already qualified through the group and they're like, you know what, we'll rotate. But even if they do, they still got a freaking second. Their backups are still good enough to dominate Iraq. So I don't see any realistic way. I mean, it is the World Cup, and I mean, you have games like Saudi Arabia, Argentina, but I'm not going to call for an upset. A draw is an upset, and I ain't even calling for that. I don't even care if France completely rotates. France. Like their team, they have the most informed team going into the tournament. Why do you think Iraq would beat them or even draw them? That's impossible. It's pretty close in my opinion. What? Yankee Stadium Hard Rock Cafe. Like there's a Hard Rock inside the Yankee Stadium. Cool. Teams are walking out. Canada wearing red. Uzbekistan wearing white with blue accents. Canada's going to wear all 3 of their jerseys at the World Cup, just like they did last time. Red in game 1, black jerseys game 2, white game 3, which is exactly how I think they did it last time. Some of these matchups make no sense. Brazil versus Haiti, Germany versus Curacao, Spain versus Cape Verde, and many more. That's what happens when you expand the World Cup. Even though I'm happy to see more CONCACAF teams, they're going to get bodied. But if it gets me views, I'm not complaining. I'm not sure if the CONCACAF team games are going to do better than the non-CONCACAF team games, but we're doing them all, so we're going to find out. We could do the math. Like games without a CONCACAF team and games with a CONCACAF team. We could do the math. We didn't do every game in 22, and there were less CONCACAF teams to deal with, so we'll be able to do the math when the World Cup is over. I'm assuming that the CONCACAF teams are going to do the CONCACAF games with CONCACAF teams are going to do better, especially at the beginning. But I mean, what do I focus on? So, hey, at least they're matchups we've never seen or rarely seen. They're in lineup Canada, Uzbekistan. Yep. And Uzbekistan's anthem is playing first. We will be able to sing "Oh Canada." I thought FS2 was going to miss it because of that damn NHRA stuff. Hot rods, drag racing, motorsport. I mean, I like motorsport, but don't knock away my football. Don't overrun into my football, especially my team, even if it was F1. Oh, some of the mascots got the Uzbekistani coats. Here we go. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. I was much more behind because I had somebody singing it instead of just playing the music. I don't have headphones connected to TV, so it's all muted. I don't know. When they do like the arms across each other, that's my cue normally. And then they had somebody singing it, so I was like a little bit more ahead than I wanted to be, but whatever. That's some country singer that I don't know. Was that the same guy? Wait, was that the same guy with the white truck at the Grey Cup? Wait, hold on. Maybe it was a couple of years ago. I prefer the Canada Day cookout, but go ahead. Starting 11 in goal, Maxime Crepeau, Richie Larea, Derek Cornelius, Moise Bombito, Alistair Johnston, Liam Miller, Ishmael Kone, Stephen Eustachio, Tejan Buchanan, Kyle Larin, and Jonathan David for Canada. Heard Scotland versus Bolivia. I guess that was one of the friendlies. $175 is cheap. I'm never going to a game. I saw a video of a guy who paid $100 for the USA-England game in 2022, and he was like 10 rows away from the field. Yeah, at least Qatar's games were cheap. Maybe because the USA, I don't know. Is Larin a striker you trust? No, I'd rather have Promise David, but, you know. I mean, Kyle Larin almost got Southampton to the Premier League if they wouldn't have freaking spied. Marco Ortiz is the center ref tonight. I don't blame Larin for them spying on people. Then again, they still would have had to win a playoff game. But if you think about it, though, he wasn't far away from making the Premier League. He was only a game away if they didn't spy on people. Is Davies doing the coin toss? Scotland Bolivia tickets are going below $50. Okay, I'm kind of surprised about that. I think he made a new account. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't take it away, so he must have made a new account. And here we go. We're about to get going. Uzbekistan, Nimatov, Abdullayev, Ashuramatov, Kuzanov, Safiev, Zamrabekov, Shukurov, Nasrulayev, Uranov, Ganiev, and Shamuradov for Uzbekistan. Larin. The great Fabio Cannavaro is coaching Uzbekistan. No MLS till July 15th. Toronto plays on July 15th, so there will be an MLS game in July. There's some Canadian Championship games we're going to do in early July as well because they're playing on the off days of the World Cup. Would you know it? With that being said, even on days I could take off, I'm not. But Toronto's not playing Can Champ. Yeah, but I still want to watch Forge play. And maybe Montreal choke. Why is Cannavaro coaching Uzbekistan? Because he wants to coach and he took the job. The only Italian who's going to be in Canada in the next month, Fabio Cannavaro. Yeah, no, I'm not happy about it, but either way. Well, at least the fact Italy's not in the World Cup. But either way, Uzbekistan to kick off this game. I mean, they've only faced 4. I mean, Uzbekistan or Tunisia, I mean, they're both better than Iceland. Guatemala, no. I mean, they're better than Guatemala. I mean, who made the World Cup? I don't know. If Canada wins, I guess it's Tunisia because they drew playing forward. I mean, Tunisia and Uzbekistan seem pretty close to me, but they're better than Iceland and Guatemala. They've only played 4 teams, so I mean, it's either second or first. I mean, you can't really, and it's pretty close to me, so. Conservative play style. Let's see how creative Canada can get on them. Playing backwards already. Oh, my God. Marcelo Flores out of Canada squad. Yeah, because he blew out his knee. What'd you expect? Tejan. And the goalie kicks it away. Out for a corner for Canada. Or throw in. A throw in. went this way, actually, playing forward. Smart play by the goalie, though. He's got balls, I'll tell you that much. That goalie's got balls, I'll tell you that much. And a free kick for Canada. Yep, Uzbekistan, yellow card. Cornelius drawing the free kick. A yellow card to Ganiev. Derek Cornelius draws the free kick. The Tournoy, the Maurice Ravello. I think Canada U20s will do solidly. They'll play well. I don't exactly know where they'll finish, but I think they'll be good. I think they'll do well. They won't look embarrassed. That's as far as I'll go. They'll look solid. At least third or second. In that, well, if there's a group stage. Third or second in their group. Don't exactly know the format or all the teams, so I can't go completely. But looking at Canada's squad, I think it's going to be a good squad. They're going to play well. That's definitely a top 2 in their group, top 3 in their group if things go a little bit awry squad. So, respectable. Respectable. Can't give a full prediction, but respectable. But it's good for Canada because late July, like as the World Cup's ending, the U20 CONCACAF tournament begins, and we'll go live for their first game, I think. I did put one of the Canada U20 CONCACAF games on my list for July. So, yeah, we'll be live for one of the Canada U20 games at the CONCACAF U20 Championship, which I think that one qualifies to the Olympics, if I'm not mistaken. I think this U20 Championship qualifies to the Olympics and the U20 World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, because the one 2 years before the Olympics qualifies to the Olympics, right? So, Canada has a chance of making the Olympics if they go far enough. Oh, and by the way, they have an extra spot because the USA will be in the Olympic football tournament. Oh, wait, it's only one spot. Oh, right, because they made the men's tournament smaller and the women's tournament bigger. Oh, yeah. 3 minutes in. Oh, yeah, okay. So, basically, win it all. Unless you're the USA. Oh, they just added the scoreboard on the screen. USA had a terrible time against them, especially the first half. Uzbekistan was better, even though they lost. Wait, wasn't that the game like 3 years ago at this point? Like, what difference? Interesting. I mean, we definitely need a midfielder and another center back. I mean, I'd still love to see a guy like Jeremy Pino on TFC. That won't happen because he's in the Prem, but how old is Shamuradov? I mean, I know we have Sargent, but let's see if there's anybody who catches my eye here. They're defensive midfielders, 29. Oh, they're some older players. Probably just at their peak. Okay, maybe that's... Either way, it's MLS. Either way, basically, you'll find out a lot of people I'd gladly sign for TFC during this next month on the smaller teams if people catch my eye. Also during the Central American Cup. I mean, you always do, though. I always say, oh, they'd be good in MLS. You know exactly what that means. I would sign them for TFC. If I say they'd look good in MLS, you know exactly what that means. Just in case one day the pirate is called, you know, I don't want to be done for tampering. I don't want to be done for tampering, so I'll just say, hey, they'd be good in MLS. You just gave it away. I don't give a shit. I think, yeah. I feel like they did. Playing forward. I know they did well. Now I got to check. 6 minutes in, playing forward. I know they did well. Canada. Uzbekistan's really clogging up the passing lanes. They're solid tactically, I'll tell you that much. Oh, there it is. Playing forward is Uzbekistan. Shot wide. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He just put it wide. Oh, my. CONCACAF 2025. Canada won. Yep, they did. 3 titles. Their 3rd title in the Women's U20 Championship. They beat Mexico. Canada beat Mexico. Yes. Because Canada beat the USA 1-0, and then they beat Mexico 3-2. Annabelle Chukwu scored the winning goal for Canada. Yes. All right. Yep, they did. I thought they did. I had to make sure I was right. Well, not much, because these teams actually concentrate a lot longer with each other and fix their problems because they don't have a deep pool to draw from. I mean, understandable. Playing forward, Canada, Liam Miller, who did go up to the Premier League with Hull City, by the way. We're going to see a Canadian in the Premier League next year. Just not the one we thought about 3 weeks ago. Because the one we thought 3 weeks ago is teams spied on other teams and got pulled from the playoffs. But we at least got Liam Miller. 8 minutes in. Well, Hull could actually sign players, so we'll see what happens there. Shmurodov is washed. That was bad. I don't know how you missed that one. Oh, no, this guy's been here before. Ball crossed in, punched away. Was here for the Cruz Azul game. Okay, no, you're not. Hey. I understand it. I understand it. Yellow card. I understand it completely. Who doesn't? Yellow card for Uzbekistan. Shmurodov is proof the Turkish league makes anyone look world class. Okay, but what about, but another yellow card for Uzbekistan. Yeah, this one's getting chippy. World class joke. I mean, the Turkish league is not world class, but I mean, Turkey was the first one to do that financial doping by everybody who's like on the margins of world class, and then it worked. Then China did it, and then they lost all their money, and then COVID happened, so nobody goes to the Chinese Super League anymore. Now Saudi Arabia does it. I'm surprised Qatar never tried. I mean, they have about as much money. I'm surprised Qatar never tried. Or the UAE, for that matter. I mean, I know Qatar got some players like Xavi to Al-Sadd, and I know the UAE got some players as well. Didn't they get Iniesta for once? And they got Alejandro Pozuelo, but Saudi, they never did what Saudi did, weirdly enough. And, I mean, you could say, well, Cristiano Ronaldo made it happen because they went for Cristiano and then the floodgates opened. And then they got Cristiano and then the floodgates opened. You know, I mean, maybe 11 minutes in. Maybe, yeah, it's because Cristiano went to Saudi. Maybe people wanted to follow Cristiano. I heard like 3 seconds of playing forward. Liam Miller. Kyle Aaron. Well, actually, he didn't make a bad run. Uzbekistan is basically just turtling. Basically turtling. Fabio's the coach of Uzbekistan. I mean, at least there's one Italian in Canada right now. Playing for. What are you doing? Just off the back of a foot of Bombito. But, hey, that worked, I guess. 12th minute. Uzbekistan's playing like Arsenal with a 1-0 lead. Why are you making fun of your own team? I guess it's grieving. I guess it's grieving. Hey. Hey. Y'all, let's have some fun. Let's not get into a fight. Let's not get into a damn fight, y'all. Come on. Out of nowhere, just let's not get into a fight. Make nice. Make nice. Timbers could add Fabio. Well, I mean, he's been with Uzbekistan for a while. I thought Marcelo Gallardo wouldn't be a bad manager for the Timbers. Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, DR Congo. I'll tell you this right now. I have no idea what happened either. I must have missed the comment that started it all off. Shmordov slipping. And, well, it's raining, so of course that's why he's slipping. All I'm saying is, enjoy the game. Let's be nice to each other. That's all I'm saying. Let's all playing forward. I missed the first comment, so maybe it was way more. Either way, let's just enjoy the game. From here on, let's just enjoy the game. Boa noite. Boa noite. I guarantee you one thing, though. Cristiano Ronaldo will score a World Cup goal against Uzbekistan because again, USL, MLS Next Pro games are an option during the World Cup. Canada's going to win, I bet. I mean, they're actually trying to play football. They're actually trying to play football. Uzbekistan is legitimately playing like Arsenal with a 1-0 lead. Actually, I'll say it too, damn it. Yeah, they're actually playing like Arsenal with a 1-0 lead, except they don't have a 1-0 lead. Well, they could have, but Shmordov missed. I'm confused too. Playing forward. Playing forward. Here comes Uzbekistan. It's a 3-on-2. Richie Larea watching the ball cross. Bombito clears it away. Good job, Bombito. Moyes gets it. They're defensive. They're not an attacking team. They will counter, though. Well, they don't have a bad counter. I'll tell you that much. Lord, Canada's going to have to break down another bus. That's going to end so well. Canada's going to have to break down another bus. That'll end so well. Cosmos had an open trial. I was going to go to it, but I didn't even know they had it because the advertising was so poor. Damn, you could have been a New York Cosmos Academy player or one of their young players. Damn, as long as if you knew, damn. That would have been awesome to see you at the U.S. Open Cup. I would have watched that. I would have covered that game, damn it. One of your World Cup predictions RSR video, the 10th, June the 10th, the day before the tournament, as we always do, because look at what happened to Marcelo Flores. You can't be sure about injuries until the day before the tournament. I'm going to make sure my information is the most perfect information and no injuries happen. No big injuries happen. That's why I always do it the day before, because you cannot predict injuries, or I should say, you don't want to sit here and predict something that's going to get shot to hell because of an injury. So, 17th minute. Playing forward. Miller. Liam Miller taking it forward. Oh, nice play. And gets fouled. Does a little bit of a trick and he gets fouled. What's the problem with Canada's defense? They haven't given up a goal, nothing. And then if you make it, I'll have to go live for a Cosmos game. Probably Open Cup. Playing forward. Buchanan. And he gets pushed off the ball, and Uzbekistan picks it back. Clears it high. Second ball, Kone. Wins the second ball. Good job, Ishmael. Lovely. Cornelius. What are your thoughts on Mexico beating Australia 1-0? I'm surprised, honestly. I know it's on One Soccer, FS2. Oh, yeah, TV Pass, tvpass.org. I mean, it has FS2 TSN. I mean, you'll be able to watch it there. tvpass.org. You're welcome. That always works. It has FS2 and TSN as a third-party channel, so you should be good there. Because if this game wasn't on FS2, I would have had it on TV Pass. Speaking of, I got to check and see if Fox Deportes is on there. Because tomorrow's game's on Fox Deportes. So, playing forward, Jonathan David. I think it does, but I'm not sure. Playing forward, Miller. Because I know TV Pass works. If FS2 ain't showing the game, I know TSN shows all the Canada games. At least they do. Yeah. Or at least during this cycle. So, goes wide. So, then I just watch it from there. At least until I found out that worked. But either way. tvpass.org normally comes through for me. If it's a game that's already on TSN or on a channel, I don't. If it's a game already on TSN, I should say. And it's not on Fox Sports or Fox Soccer Plus or whatever. Playing forward, Canada. Kone to Miller. Miller. Liam Miller has it, top of the box. Blocked away by Uzbekistan, and he just gets thrown down on the ground. Ay, ay, ay. Are you scared of Dzeko? No. Canada's better than Italy. I'm not. I mean, I was about 2 months ago? I was about 2 months ago. But that's because Italy's trash. And he still didn't score in open play. And a player down hurt for Uzbekistan. I mean, Canada doesn't look too bad. I mean, Uzbekistan has had some good breakaways, but Canada's looked pretty good. I mean, they got to break down the bus, of course, and either way, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about this game so far. I mean, there's nothing for me to really complain about so far. Liam Miller's looked really good to start, I have to say. Looks like Uzbekistan's going to have to make a sub. People within 50 miles of MetLife are being taxed, even if they don't know what the World Cup is. The only thing I'm going to say about that is taxation is theft. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that. Taxation is theft. Good to Good to know. The stadium's already built. What do you mean taxed? I wish they kept this. Like, this is the best Canada red jersey that Nike has put out for sure. I don't exactly like the World Cup red kit, and the other two red kits are pretty boring. I love the 22 black jersey. I love this year's black jersey as well. If I buy a World Cup kit for Canada, even if it's not during the World Cup, it's going to be the black jersey. The white jersey sucks. I don't want to see it. It's boring. It's the same. No. The white Copa kit was an amazing kit as well. I love that. Ganiyevzov for Fazulev. I love that jersey as well. The Copa jerseys were amazing. The sad part is there was no black jersey with it, and I loved Canada having a black jersey. The business black jersey, they do now. But the froze, well, like the little bit of black ice, the black ice kit, business blacks 2.0 or 3.0. I mean, the ones they wore in 2023 were a little bit different than the black jerseys they wore at World Cup 22, but not so different. You really couldn't. It was that big neck piece template with like whatever. You could tell it was a different template, but it wasn't different enough to where you could be like, I would say business blacks 1.5 was the 2023 business or 2023 black jerseys. I'm surprised they didn't even keep those as an alternate during the 24 cycle. But yeah, business blacks 2.0, aka black ice. Yeah, I love that jersey. But this one, I love this jersey, man. This is... The red jersey took a step back, but the black jersey is amazing. I mean, I don't hate the red jersey they're wearing. It's not as boring as like the first couple Nike put out, or the first three. The 19, 22, and 23, or 21 and 23 jerseys. But it's not as good as this. Based. Getting the World Cup on a Father's Day. Croatia jersey is the best. People recognize it from 50 meters. I mean, Toronto FC would never get them until they're like 40 years old. So, is it even worth it to have them when they're 40? I don't know. I mean, if there was no salary cap and we could spend all the money we want, maybe we'd get them. But I'm not even that delusional. Playing forward. Win a Club World Cup, and everybody's like, wait, I want to be there. Yeah, first you have to call the pirate. Completely agree. Roxanne Perez. Damn, Gallagher's leaving to Vancouver. Oh, that's... I'd rather have him in Toronto. I'd rather have him as a Maple Leaf. Would it be as weird as them getting Max Domi? No, Max Domi actually fit in. Would it be as weird as them getting Thomas Plekanec? Yes, it would. Or P.A. Parento. But you know what? I don't care. Toronto would be better than Vancouver. Why would he? No. Yeah, he would change the culture, but Vancouver would still be ass. Shot crossed in wide. Actually, St. Louis wouldn't be bad either. Actually, if you want to put him in a team growing to change the culture, how about St. Louis? I wouldn't mind that either because, I mean, Brendan Gallagher has always been a good player. I've always thought he was a good player. I'd love to have him on the Leafs or the Blues. I would. Yeah, he's older, but you still need players like that. That's what time does. Ball crossed in. Header. Cleared away. At some point, maybe my jersey won't fit me no more. I mean, it's not because I grow taller. It's because, well, hopefully I don't. But either way. I don't know. Because for some reason, oh, shit. Go get him. Shot. Save, Kripo. Maximum Kripo. I don't know. I feel like Jesse's loyal to the guys who were there in Qatar. Or he's loyal to his guys. And for some reason, Kyle Laren's one of his guys and Promise David isn't. Just like Dane St. Clair. I don't get Jesse's decision-making sometimes. Kyle Laren just don't have it. Corner for Uzbekistan. Give Promise a chance, but no. But that's what happens when you have such a high line. You're going to get caught out. Ball crossed in. But I don't think Dane St. Clair would have saved that. Oh, shit. Block the ball! Offside. What? Oh, my God. Canada's really done some dumb shit defensively. Uzbekistan's playing a low block, and Canada is just... Oh, my God. Okay, that was damn near dumb. Do you think Cornelius is playing well? I mean, I think he is. Marcelo Gallardo will coach Miami because Messi said so. Isn't he Argentinian? Oh, what do you know? Playing forward. Wait, didn't... Hold on. Oh, no, that was Diego Alonso. My bad. That was Diego Alonso. Bombito's playing like Kamal Miller. I think the Habs just finally ran out of gas. I think they're a young team who played so many games, played so tough, and the Hurricanes system just made them run out of gas. The Hurricanes are actually a good team, and this is actually Carolina's year. Carolina's for real this time, and Montreal's a young team, and this is probably the worst they're going to do for a long while. Like, I don't see how they're going to be a tougher out throughout the next couple of years, even if they don't make the conference final every year. So that'll be an interesting thing to see, but I think even though the Habs went down the way they did, I think a lot of Habs fans can be proud. Like, there's nothing for them to be mad about. And they also at least won a conference finals game, unlike Colorado. So, I mean, I think it's more they ran out of gas. They played so many games and so high octane that they were going to run out of gas. Playing forward, Kyle Laren. Kyle Laren. Shot wide. Put it in the air. Big up. I think Cornelius is playing okay. Well, I mean, at least Canada gets back. Even if it's the last second. Playing forward. Well, I mean, he is getting older. TV Pass. You don't even have to pay for tvpass.org. That's a scam. Like, you just click on the channel it's on, and there you go. I don't exactly know what the paying, like that, whatever. It's a dodgy site that wants you to buy into the site. Like, you don't even have to pay for it. I know, I use it a lot for Jay's games and for other games that don't end up on Fox that Canada play, and just because if I want to put on MLB Network because I don't have that on YouTube TV, or I want to put it on Sportsnet or TSN, or if I want to watch the Briar, you know. So, you don't even have to pay for that. Like that, like them trying for you to pay is basically scamming you. I've used it enough to know you ain't got to pay for it at all. TV Pass is free, yeah. No. No, they're not. You have to have Fox 1. Luke de Fugero and Segor coming on for Lorea and Bombito. Luke de Fugero is on. And Segor is on as well. Rio is happy. Thank you. He's taking Bombito off. He's been way off it. Yeah. 2 subs already for Canada. Playing for Canada. Laren. Oh my God. Okay, at least it's with Canada. Jonathan David, ball crossed in. Miller misses it. Oh. Fox Sports 1 is basically only the sports channel missing, basically. I thought FS1 was on TV Pass. But that's not something I have to worry about. So, it's Crepeau, top 50 goalkeepers in the world. At his peak, 50's a hard number. 50's a hard number. I mean, at his peak, yeah, I wouldn't mind having Crepeau over a lot of goalies at his peak. Like, if he's playing at his peak, yeah, I wouldn't mind having him over many goalies. But then again, if Esteban Andrada could get to Europe, maybe Crepeau's not good enough. Because for some reason, Esteban Andrada's in Europe, and he also got suspended for 13 games because he punched a guy? One, I was surprised he was in Europe. Second of all, Kyle Laren made the World Cup squad. Because Jesse's loyal to his guys. I don't understand it. Saved, and Buchanan tries to get there, but nope. Segor is a good player. He's awesome. He's an amazing player. Senegal are frauds. Man, it sucks they won the AFCON. Again, do I have to say this? We saw Senegal score the goal to win the game. I don't care what a court says. I know what I saw. You can't take the Men in Black neuralizer to my eyes and say, forget that Senegal won that game 1-0. Morocco are the AFCON champions. A gavel don't tell me shit. I watched the game. I saw Senegal lift the trophy. A neuralizer won't work on me. I have a photographic memory. Just like Louisville in the 2013 March Madness, I saw Louisville win it. You can't tell me because Rick Pitino bought Streetwalkers. They got the title ripped off of them. To recruit players, they got the title ripped off of them. And then, I don't know if that would have been legal under NIL anyway. You can't tell me. I saw Louisville win the title. You can't tell me that title was stripped and they didn't do it. No. I saw Louisville beat Michigan. I don't care if Rick Pitino buys Streetwalkers to recruit recruits, gets the title ripped out of their hands. I saw them win. A gavel doesn't tell you anything. A neuralizer don't work on me. I have a photographic memory. Pulisic looked top. He always does when he plays for the USA. Kone's a good player. I think Ishmael is amazing. I don't understand why De Zerbi hated him so much. I don't understand why De Zerbi hates him so much. I don't. The team missed Chris Richards. Well, yeah, of course they did. I still don't understand how they could say, oh, he might still play with 2 torn ligaments in his ankle. Ball crossed in. Uzbekistan on the ball. Plays forward. No foul. Advantage played. Canada attacking, and it's going to go all the way back to Uzbekistan, 35th minute. De Zerbi also went to Spurs and said he enjoys relegation fights more than trophies. He's just weird. I wish Spurs went down. But De Zerbi does enjoy relegation fights. He got them up, kept them up by the skin of his teeth. We're never going to get rid of Spurs. Can't wait to see him blow up and just ruin everything. At some point, he's going to lose his mind and flip the table on them, and I hope they're close enough to the relegation zone that whoever they hire ends up relegating them within like 2 years. God knows it's going to happen. It would have been funny. It would have been legitimately funny, though, if Spurs got relegated a year after winning a European trophy. It would have been hilarious. It would have been hilarious. Sadly, Chelsea even did their job to beat them, and then Everton couldn't show up. I don't know. I think I want Everton relegated more this year than Spurs like next year. Yeah, Donovan got a hair transplant in Turkey, I think. No. It's called Don't Park the Bus Till You're Up 2-0 at the very least. Arsenal, there's doing what they did throughout the season and getting your hands dirty defensively, and there's not even playing football. They went full anti-football. There's a difference between the Arsenal that played for most of the year who played defensive football. Now, here's the problem. They don't have the offensive players to not play that system because they're offensive players. Saka's not as good as he used to be. Martinelli's not as good as he used to be. Gyökeres is the only one that I truly trust. Kai Havertz loves showing up in Champions League finals, but that's only for one goal. Trossard, he had his moments. And also, the problem is they played so defensively that they never could get somebody forward to make the overlapping run when they actually did get the ball forward. Now, I think Arsenal got screwed by the ref. I think the ref was very much biased to PSG, but you don't, was the referee going to give a penalty to PSG somehow in that second half? Yes, but you don't. Mosquera should not have made the tackle that just gave it to him on a silver platter. You knew you were going to get something called against you. At least make them defend it. That was an obvious penalty, and Mosquera probably should have been sent off. But that referee was biased besides that. Here's a chance, and that's out for a corner. Tried to get it to Lair, and he couldn't put it through. So, no, I think PSG got the right one. I still feel like somebody's going to score. It's going to be 1-0 either way. I don't know if Uzbekistan's going to let in more than one goal, and I don't know if Canada. But there will be a goal. I just don't know who's going to score it. But I wouldn't go over one. Eustachio with a cross. Brought down. Cornelius. What? Why'd you spin in the air? Could have brought that down. 39th minute. And free kick for Uzbekistan and a yellow card for Liam Miller. I mean, that was a harsh tackle, but okay. Yeah. And Ange leaving. Waka Waka better. Well, yeah, but not as absolutely just whatever the hell Arsenal was doing. Also, Man United is not PSG. Man United did not have the teeth to really beat Tottenham's parked bus last year. Van de Ven, too, he was amazing earlier in the season. And last season, what happened? Thomas Frank. World Cup season in Rhineland, I love it. Over 0.5. Jesse Marsh on the touchline for Canada, 40th minute. Luc de Fougereau. Arsenal, Getafe, and Atletico, who plays the most haram ball? Most of the time it's Getafe. Arsenal legitimately pulled Getafe in the Champions League final. Getafe is the one who always does that, though. I don't think Atletico and Arsenal are that bad most of the time playing forward. I think that early goal, weirdly enough, shot blocked away. I think that early goal, weirdly enough, was too early. To be fair. I I think Arsenal scoring the first goal was better for them. But the more I think about it, 6 minutes in, off an absolute giveaway that Havertz had to run for his life, just like he did against Man City, I think, and I don't think they knew how biased the ref would get and how dirty the ref would get in the second half, which probably hurt things. But I feel like Arsenal overthought it and absolutely committed to absolutely not playing any football. Sociedad had 0 shots on goal. Well, Kuzanov just did a Man City in this year's title race, except we couldn't score. Like, I'm glad Jesse Marsch, well, if Pep was going to coach a CONCACAF team, he'd probably rather do the USA because he lives in New York. I feel like it's very likely at some point Pep takes a national team job, and I feel like it's very likely it's going to be the USA. Call me crazy, but, you know, Tafe won 1-0 against Sociedad. No shots on goal. Montreal could have been up 3-0. Yeah, but that wasn't the penalty, though. Do with that what you will. Playing forward. Oh, my God. Yellow card? Off that? Cornelius got yellow carded. Yeah, but what about that second half? No penalty? No penalty the other way on Madueke? That wasn't a penalty for Arsenal? All the diving that PSG did and it got them a foul and a free kick? Okay, so you missed the penalty handball from Saka. Fair enough. But other than that, every decision went PSG's way. Trossard handball before Havertz scored. Header saved by Crepeau. Corner. Last time Arsenal won the league was also mainly because of bad ref decisions. And Manny Malhotra just got promoted to be the head coach for Vancouver. Uzbek Messi. Ah, shit. Manny Malhotra is coaching the Vancouver Canucks. The Leafs don't get Malhotra. So if we don't get Carl, we're screwed. Then we're just going to get Bruce Cassidy or some shit. I hope. I mean, he's never right, but I hope, was it Pagnotta or something? One of those Leafs journalists who never get anything right. I hope this is another one that they don't know anything about. And we get Carl from Denver, University of Denver. Gotham or Paris? Which one's Paris? Because it's real life. Canada's much better with Fougereau and Segor. I mean, they look better right now with them. Yeah, I'll agree. But that is, Moyes is not completely fit. He just didn't have it tonight. Moyes is normally better. That's out for a throw-in for Canada. I mean, he's normally better, but Segor's always good. Fougereau, I'd rather have Moyes there, but Moyes didn't have it tonight. Larea certainly didn't have it, but again, he's coming back from injury, so at least they got minutes, you know. I still think Moyes, 2 minutes of stoppage time, I still think Moyes, playing forward, is legitimately better than Fougereau at this point. Playing forward, David, and the pass lands back to Uzbekistan. Canada gets it back. 2 minutes of stoppage time, 0-0. I mean, overall, Eustachio plays through, and the goalie will get there, and that's out for a goal kick. Too much power behind the pass. I'd be very happy because we should have signed him in the first damn place. How about we trade Gavin to Orlando for Crepeau? Or, well, they wouldn't take Yarborough. Well, maybe they would. I mean, Orlando's not the smartest club. Maybe they would take Yarborough. Or we just make a decent D-row our backup after we trade Gavin for Crepeau. Sounds good to me. Johnston, Buchanan, Tajon, back to Johnston. Johnston through to Buchanan. Cross. Uzbekistan player was right there. Johnston. You do realize Montreal's in Quebec. Let's talk about Quebec City itself. Playing forward. 46 minute. I mean, Montreal's in Quebec. They have major sports teams. CF Montreal, the Habs. They used to have the Expos. I wish the Expos were back. It'd be nice to see them come back. Quebec City, on the other hand, well, it's just a lot smaller of a city. Saved by the Uzbekistan goalie. 0-0. 0-0. 47th minute. Let's see when they call stoppage time. And it's halftime. 0-0 at the half. Canada has had good offensive moments. Uzbekistan's been very good defensively. Canada's made some brain-dead defensive plays. I haven't bit them in the ass yet. There are things to work on. Oh, Quebec City. It's just a lot smaller of a city. And the Nordiques are now nothing. Well, their stadium was very... We'll see. With that being said, I mean, I think it's more because the city is smaller. Respect to Uzbekistan, they look like a well-drilled team, all things considered. I mean, yeah, when you're throwing everybody behind the ball and breaking out for counterattacks, yeah, I mean, it's not hard. You know, for me, they're very well-drilled, yeah, but they're well-drilled as playing like Arsenal in the Champions League final. Except they look a little bit better at breaking out. It seems like their forward players are better than Arsenal's. Shmurodov missed a bad one, I gotta say. Canada's gotta be better, but let's see what happens. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. That's their style. Seems really conservative, going anything for the win and glory, but they still play nice footy. I agree with that. Break down the bus. I mean, I don't mind what they're doing in general, but maybe lock it down at the back a little bit more. Oh, God, Dane St. Clair's playing the second half. Oh, yeah, we're about to allow a goal like 5 minutes in. I just forgot about that. Lock it down at the back, protect Dane St. Clair from doing any dumb shit, and break down the bus. So, with that being said, sit tight, be back. Short break. Canada plays 2 out. Tunisia and Uzbekistan almost exploited that and scored. Yep. With that being said, we'll take a short break. Sit tight. All right, we're back for the stats the half. Do you think any favorite will get grouped? I mean, at some point, somebody is, but fair enough. I feel like somebody could. There's always one. There's always one. I don't know who I'd put my money on to get grouped, but either way. Uzbekistan is cooked. They got to play against Portugal, Colombia, and DR Congo. Maybe they're not as cooked as you think, or maybe Canada's not as good as you think. Either way, I don't know. United States, maybe? Can you really call them a favorite? If anybody gets grouped, I mean, I can't say the USA is a favorite, but at least they're hosting the tournament. United States, I could see them embarrassing themselves. Brazil, are they really a favorite? I don't know. With that being said, 52% possession and 48% possession, 3 shots to 2, one shot on goal to 1. We have 189 accurate pass to 176, 83% pass accuracy to 80, 2 yellows to 2 yellow cards, or 2 corners to 1, 229 pass to 219, 83% pass accuracy to 80, 14 throws to 12, 1 offside to 3. We have 2 yellow cards, 2, 0 red cards, 0, 4 fouls to 11, 0-0 at the half. For me, I mean, Uzbekistan is very well drilled. They're a tough team. They're good at defending. They throw everybody behind the ball and try to set up for a counter. They've done very well as a group. They've done well as a team. They've shut down Canada. Canada can't exactly really break down the bus so far. But overall, do Canada have the attacking moments to break down that bus? Yeah, I mean, I think Canada's doing a solid job of attacking in this game. The question is, can they put a goal in? I mean, Jamaica underperforms the amount of talent on their roster, but again, it's probably more because of the fact there's a lot of diaspora mercenaries. A lot of diaspora mercenaries that aren't exactly good enough for the team. Or they're good enough for the team, but they'd rather play for England, and they can't play for England. So they play for Jamaica and try to get their name out there, and it's just, honestly, I don't know. Either way. Jamaica's just, their federation is garbage. Their players that are from the diaspora don't seem to actually really want to play for Jamaica. It's the fact that that's all they can play for. So they'll choose it, and doesn't exactly inspire a lot of confidence, you know. But either way, I think Canada's playing solidly, but I think Uzbekistan is doing very well defensively, and it's hard to see where the goal's going to come from overall. So we'll see what happens in the second half here. DR Congo is defensive. Yeah, Jamaica's dysfunctional. I'd say that much, yeah. The JFF and the team itself is dysfunctional. I mean, look at the women's team, right? It kind of proves exactly my point. Look at the women's team. Look at the Jamaican women's team. It kind of proves my point. The Jamaican women's team is awesome, but it seems because that's more actual Jamaican players, not diaspora players, but Jamaican players play for Jamaica, and they're proud to play for their country. And I think also there's a lot of people around the team who try to really back it that isn't exactly the JFF, like the Marley family. But again, it seems to me like the Jamaican women's national team exactly proves my point. It exactly proves my point of why the men's team doesn't perform to their level. I mean, they should be better than what they are. They should perform better than what they are, but they just, again, they have the names, but the want to play or the competitive spirit isn't there. Like they should be in the World Cup. They should be a team to be feared, but they're not. Because, again, the diaspora players want to play for a national team and they can't play for England, which was their first choice. So they basically try to, hey, let's see what we can get out of this Jamaican experience. But they don't give it their all. But again, if you look at the Jamaican women, a lot more Jamaican from the island players. They give it their all. They play well, and they're definitely a very good women's team. One of the better women's teams in the world. Now, CONCACAF is ahead because they had the head start of women's football. But Jamaica, I like what their women's team is doing. And I think they're way more together. They play well for each other. They play hard for each other. And they absolutely are very much more competitive and been to World Cups because it is all people with the pride for that nation of Jamaica. Truly have pride for that nation. So I think the women's team sort of proves what I say about the men's team. The fact that the women's team is so successful and have made multiple World Cups and look to make another, and they perform well and they compete well and they're very good. They're not as good as USA or Canada, of course, but that's hard to do. But you see more competitiveness and actual fight out of the women's team. And that's gotten them pretty far, comparatively. So, you know, lacks tactics. I also agree with that as well. I mean, Abdullayev, Shukurov, Shamorodov, no. Canada's about to come out for the second half. Kuzanov, not really. Dude, I think Speed is as much of a joke as the next guy, but he was right when he said that Congo goal sailed by a bunch of ball-watching Jamaicans before letting on the head of a DR Congo player. I mean, he's right. Ralph Prizo. Is Ralph Prizo playing the second half? Oluwaseyi, Saliba. Oh, we're making a lot of changes in the second half. Okay. And Dane St. Clair, of course, we knew that. I mean, I agree with that. That's what I've been saying. Yes. And Canada won the first one. 1-0, I think. Had Canada defeated Jamaica in the Nations League quarters, they would have had Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela's group. Yeah, I don't know if we would. Well, actually, I think we might have gotten out of that one too. But maybe things happened the way they were supposed to happen. Prizo coming on, Chouanier, Oluwaseyi, St. Clair, and Saliba for Canada at the half. And Osorio. Oh, we're doing a big old line change. Okay. Of course, all the other CONCACAF teams I want to see succeed. Japan, of course. Jaden Nelson coming on. Oh, Canada's doing a big old line change. They're changing out almost everybody. Okay. That's not a good sign. But yeah, all the CONCACAF teams, I want to see them succeed. I want to see Japan, of course, Japan. I guess I'd say Morocco playing forward. Croatia, oh my God, what a horrible pass. Throw on for Uzbekistan, second half. Might as well have a new starting 11. I agree. Deutschland. USA and Netherlands. Patriots signed A.J. Brown. Yep. Canada playing forward. Jaden Nelson. Jaden Nelson cross in. And Uzbekistan clears it out for a throw. 46 minutes. I'm glad to see A.J. Brown be a Patriot. Haiti Curacao are the weak links in CONCACAF. Let's see how they play, though. Let's see how it goes for them, though. I wish them the best. They might be weak links, but let's see how they do. Playing forward. Let's see how they run. Haiti deserves to be there. I agree. Well, honestly, though, you know what? No, I'm going to say it. If a team qualifies in the World Cup automatically through their Confederations qualifiers or even the playoffs itself, if you qualify through your qualification, your Confederations qualifiers, and you make it through a group like they did, Curacao, Haiti, and Panama all deserve to be there. Canada, USA, and Mexico, I can't really say. We're going to find out. We're going to find out if they deserve to be there while they play because they basically bought their way there because they have the hosting rights. But teams like Curacao, Haiti, Panama, they deserve to be there. They earned their way there, won the CONCACAF qualifiers. Playoffs are a little bit different. They went through that slog, 2-year slog, to make the World Cup. Jamaica and Suriname, of course, had playoffs, but again, that's more like a brand new tournament than anything else. Yeah, what you did over that 2-year slog gets you there, but then you have 2 games to put you into a World Cup, and neither of them could do it. Let's go Canada in second half. So again, well, Costa Rica should have won their fucking games, eh? Costa Rica should have won their fucking games, eh? They didn't. Curacao did. Just because you think Costa Rica would have been better, then why weren't they better during the World Cup qualifiers? They didn't win their games. 47th minute. It's not like these spots were given as CONCACAF chose to put these teams through. No, these teams earned their spots over 2 years. Well, besides the big 3, besides Canada, USA, and Mexico. They were already there. We knew they would be. But the teams who qualified earned their spots. Jamaica didn't win their games. They had to play a damn playoff. And they lost that playoff. They played the most ugly football against New Caledonia and won because it was New Caledonia. Player down, and that's a free kick for Crepeau for St. Clair was Canada's first sub. Their second sub was Johnston for Priso. We got Buchanan for Osorio, 3 subs. 4 subs was Eustaquio for Chouanier, playing forward. We got Laren for Uluashei, 5 subs. 5 subs for Canada, so basically half their starting 11 still on. Playing forward. Saliba came on as well, though, so Jonathan David's still on. Segor, of course, they made 2 subs in the first half as well. Header. So 6. So like 3 players are still on from the starting 11. Player down, and that'll be a free kick for Uzbekistan. Canada's getting a little bit desperate, aren't they? South Africa. He has. I wish he stayed with Toronto, but no, we had to trade him for Mark Anthony Kay. I have no hate for Curacao, but I think Trinidad and Bermuda were awful teams compared to Costa Rica group of death. Yeah, but on paper, we thought Trinidad could make the World Cup. On paper, if Jamaica didn't win the group, I thought it'd be Trinidad, not Curacao. Now, Bermuda is an awful team, but I thought Trinidad played like utter shit in that 3rd round. Like, Trinidad legitimately was sad in that 3rd round. Playing forward, Jonathan David on the ball. And horrible pass right back to Uzbekistan player. But Trinidad, I thought they were the team. If it wasn't going to be Jamaica, it was going to be Trinidad. Not Curacao. Trinidad very much underperformed. Let's not forget what we thought about Trinidad before the second group started. You know, the final round. No, we can't look back at that. That is kind of... Get Jonathan David off. He sucks tonight. Yeah, Jonathan David just don't have it tonight. I agree. Sadly enough, he doesn't have it. Put Promise on. Where was it? If Jamaica was smart, they need to be humble and analyze their player on the roster to see who they could keep and let go, like USA in 2017-18. Saliba for Kone. Okay, there we go. I mean, you're right, yeah. But the problem with that is they're doing that just to maybe lose in whatever final round there is. Nelson for Miller was the sub. Cornelius and Jonathan David look like the only two starters who have been on the whole game playing forward. I mean, you're right, but this was their best chance to make a World Cup, and they couldn't get it. You know, I mean, Toluca, PSG wasn't far off from being beaten by Flamengo. PSG wasn't far off from being beaten by Tottenham. PSG didn't dominate Arsenal. You know what? I mean, is PSG the favorite against Toluca if Toluca were to make the Intercontinental Cup final? Yeah, but you know what? Especially if Turco Mohamed stays, which I don't think he is, but who knows? I haven't heard anything definitive. Only when you said, hey, Turco's leaving at the end of the season, but I haven't heard anything definitive. And I mean, the way he was acting, I mean, he was very happy Toluca won. Put his name on that damn graffiti piece, like before the tournament or the final, and talk to the fans. Maybe he's staying. I don't know why he would leave, but, you know. Maybe they're letting the tournament title marinate before they say he's leaving. But if he stays, as long as the squad stays, I still think they have a good chance. But they got to get a manager who's equal. But if he does leave, but if Turco stays, I mean, I like their chances. I mean, they did lose to Botafogo as well. You know, I mean, playing forward. I mean, let's not forget how close Flamengo was to winning the Intercontinental Cup. They got the penalties. And they looked better for stretches of that game. And, I mean, PSG played their best 11, if what I remember is correct. Jadon Nelson, ball crossed in, header, out for a corner. So, yeah, they could. They could. And I mean, there's way more than 10 teams. The only reason that works is because there's 10 teams. Chouanier with a corner. '54th minute. Ball crossed in. Well, I wasn't alive in the 90s, though. Ball crossed in. Header punched away. Uzbekistan will get it clear. Jadon Nelson knocks it down for Segor. Segor, the last man back. Ghana got a pen and miss. Their fault. He's right, though. Ghana got a pen and had a chance to make Uruguay pay for the Suarez shenanigans, and they couldn't. So, he's right. I don't know. Was that a winning goal or, well, it would have been playing forward. Shot over the bar. I mean, I'm not. I mean, hey, still 0-0, 55th minute. I mean, I think African football is very underrated by a lot of people. Always has been. Let's be real. Haiti, New Zealand, watch along tomorrow? Yes, it's on the channel. Tim Payne. I even put a picture of Tim Payne on the thumbnail. By the way, former Portland Timber Tim Payne. Bet you didn't know about that. Hell, I don't even know if Rory knew about that. At least Timbers too, but he was in the Timbers organization. Former Portland Timber Tim Payne. I didn't know about that till like a day ago. Playing forward. Shot wide by Luache. See you, Sean. '56 minute. What does Promise David got to do to play? I have no idea. Change his name to Kyle Laren, I guess. I don't get it either. Like, what does Promise David have to do? You're right. Oluwaseyi playing it forward. Osorio! Goal! Goal! Jonathan Osorio! 1-0. 1-0 Canada. Oluwaseyi plays to Osorio, and Osorio finishes it. Jonathan Osorio. 1-0. The Toronto FC man scores for Canada. Finally. Now hold the hell on. Oso. Oluwaseyi gets the ball. Oso makes a perfect run, has his room, and puts it into the far. Oh, he hit it off the goalie and in. It was going on goal anyway, but the goalie gets a touch, but it goes in anyway. Oso scores. Osorio. Don't care. Who cares? It counts. He popped it in there. Who cares? It counts. One 0 58th minute. Now hold on. Told you there'd be a goal in this game. 58th minute Oso. Told you. Corner for Uzbekistan, 58th minute. Long live Edmonton. Big ol'! Long live Wayne, I agree, but some Canadians will disagree with you. Ball crossed in. Punched away. Osorio became McDavid. Well, and Oluwaseyi became Draisaitl. Big ol'! That's some big ol', boys. That's some big ol'. Cleared away. '60th minute. Don't get too excited. Dane St. Clair will F it up in the 90th minute. This isn't Toronto FC. That's the good news. You're probably right, though. 60th minute. I just hope Toronto's on the list. I just hope Toronto's on the list. Or he could just go to Toronto as a free agent, you know. I don't see McDavid forcing a trade after signing, what, a 2-year extension? I see him leaving as a free agent, though. And maybe he'd still want to go to Montreal, but I have to believe that he'd listen to what Toronto has to say. But just imagine. Just imagine. William Nylander. Cap going up. Just imagine. William Nylander. Austin Matthews. Connor McDavid. Gavin McKenna. John Tavares. Matthew Nyes. And Easton Cowan. Just imagine. We could roll 3 lines. And then Scott Laughton somehow ends up on the 4th line because, whatever. But either way. Nylander, Matthews, Tavares, McDavid, Nyes, Cowan, McKenna. Our 3C would be John Tavares. And our 4C would probably be Scott Laughton. I would not mind that, though. Playing forward. Just imagine how awesome that'd be. Osorio overruns the ball. Just imagine. Well, Bledsoe's been here. Wayne Gretzky was hilarious at the World Cup, but I think he was probably drunk. Playing forward. Dude was probably drunk and he couldn't pronounce the country names, but playing forward. It was hilarious. 62 minutes. Free kick for Uzbekistan. Tim Payne, no gain. They got to play Tim Payne. They got to play him. They got to play him for the memes. Either way. Did the Marlies win? Let's see. Playing forward. Blocked away. 8-1 when asking Ryan for advice on a game. Am I that bad of a jinx then? I mean, in the numbers, though. Playing forward. Because I knew it would pop some of y'all. That's why I did it. Because I knew you and Dillon would love putting Tim Payne on the thumbnail doing the New Zealand-Haiti game. And, hey, you asked for that game, so, whatever. Playing forward. 63rd minute. Playing forward. Oh, come on. '63rd minute. Ball crossed in. Taps in, and the goalie gets it. Playing forward. Canada. Oh, Chouanier almost gets dropped to the ground, but Canada can play it forward. Oluwaseyi, 65th minute. We remember. I just don't want to get into it. Jonathan David. And he runs into 2 Uzbekistani players. Jonathan, God, man. Player down hurt, 65th minute. Let's see if we got a lot of views there. We got a lot of views here, especially at the beginning. '66th minute. The debate is over. Segura's better than Larea. I mean, Well, Larrea's getting older, one, and he never got out of MLS. He never, I mean, even at Forest, he didn't really, they never gave him a shot, really. But, you know, Larrea is what he is. Segur's in Europe, and he's doing well in Europe. And I think that's the difference. Richie Larrea is getting older. Segura is younger, and he's closer to entering his prime, and he's doing well in Europe. I love Richie. Don't get me wrong, and I still think he's amazing for TFC. But you're right. Like, yeah, I won't be real. Prizo's definitely way better than Larrea. That's what this half tells me. Yeah, but isn't he also younger than Larrea as well? But yes, Prizo, but different position. Well, can be. He could do midfield, center back, or outside back. But yeah. But I think, well, Richie's just coming off injury, one. But second of all, I'm not surprised, you know. I mean, Segura is too. I'm not surprised, though. I love Richie, but he has been more injury prone as these past couple of years have gone, and he's getting older. He's getting out of his prime, and Prizo and Segura are just entering it. And one's in Europe, and one's playing for the best team in Canada, and the other's playing for Toronto. Like, Larrea is probably more of value to TFC at this point, if he's of value to anything. But Raheem Edwards hasn't looked that bad when it comes to TFC. 68th minute. So, and he's actually older, and he hasn't looked too bad. So, you know, 2 subs for Uzbekistan. So, again, I mean, yeah, you're right. But I think that's more, I hate to throw Larrea under the bus, because I guess you could say I am there. But I still like Richie. I still think he's a good player, but you're right. Prizo and Segura are better. But again, that's probably partially Larrea's coming off of an injury, and second of all, he's just getting older. But, I mean, we kind of saw this coming if you've been paying attention for the past year, maybe. He's been more injury prone. He's getting older. I mean, Jordan and Uzbekistan, yeah, I'd say they're about the same level. I think Uzbekistan might be a little bit better, but a little bit more battle-tested, fair. Yeah. Let's see if the Marlies won. Refs 5, Toronto 3. Very even. Okay, the Marlies lost their first game at 2. Promise David finally coming on. Finally. Wait, whoa. Are you telling me Derek Cornelius is getting pulled for Promise David? No, they're pulling Jonathan. Okay, they're pulling Jonathan. So they're pulling both starters who've played the whole game up to this point. Jonathan and Cornelius pulled. Promise David on for Jonathan David, and Alfie Jones on for Derek Cornelius. Okay. Iraq does more U team accomplishments. Subs for Uzbekistan. Prizo, Crepeau, I thought played well. I thought Cornelius played well. Prizo was playing well. Eustachio, I want a little bit more from. Larrea didn't have it today. Oso got a goal, so good for him. Jonathan David didn't have it today. Marlies are up 2-1 in the series. Home team hasn't won a game yet. Yeah, the refs kind of screwed the Marlies today. But, yeah, the Marlies are still 2-1 up in the series, so I'm not mad. I'm just saying would have been nice to put them up. I don't think – Louis Shays looks solid even if he hasn't gotten anything. Luke De Fougeros look good. Segura's look good. Miller was awesome. Miller was probably our best player in the first half, arguably. It's sad he didn't get anything. Udozov on for Abdullayev for Uzbekistan. Amanov on for Uranov. Playing forward. I think Prizo. Well, yeah, every friendly is normally unlimited subs. Shukurov off for Mozgovoy. Playing forward. Normally, every friendly is unlimited subs. So Miller probably was our best player in the first half. I like what Prizo's doing. I like what Segura's doing. David didn't have it. Oso got a goal, so good for him. Schwanier, probably better than Eustachio today. Luke de Fougeros looked pretty good, which I'm shocked. I was a little bit worried when he came on because Luke sometimes shows his youth and his inexperience. But Luke's looked pretty good. Cornelius was good. I think the only players who really didn't have it was Eustachio didn't have it today. Dane St. Clair hasn't had to do much. That's the good news. Jonathan David didn't have it today. Laren, he was better than Jonathan David, but barely. He wasn't too horrible. I mean, Larea didn't have it, but he's coming off an injury. I didn't think Bombito had it today. Diffusero's been better than Bombito, but again, he's coming off an injury. Playing forward. Is this the worst performance? No, but there are some players that I didn't exactly like their performance tonight. But removed by design as part of the original plan. Okay, so Bombito was supposed to be pulled when he got pulled. So he's not injured or not a new injury. Playing forward. Canada have a chance to play this forward. And Jaden Nelson, he's actually doing pretty well. Keeps it in. Good job, Jaden. Let's go. Ball crossed in. Brought down. And that's out for a goal kick. 74th minute. Promise David brings it down but can't get the shot off. Who's a better striker? Tanny or Liam Delap? Tanny Luache. Luache is better than Liam Delap. Luache is better than Liam Delap. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. Playing forward. I think Liam Delap is garbage. Well, Luache would have scored more goals for Chelsea than Delap did. I'm not joking. That's not because he's Canadian. That's just because he's better. Playing forward. And Saliba. Prizo, 75th minute. 15 more minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Canada leads 1-0. Uzbekistan's been very well drilled, I have to say. Playing forward. Right, okay. Playing forward. Here comes Uzbekistan. Oh. Playing forward. Luke de Fugero makes the tackle, corner for Uzbekistan. Yeah, that's not a good sign, isn't it? That's not a good sign. 76th minute. Corner for Uzbekistan. Poor Cuba. Ball crossed in. Header. Shot blocked away. And put right back into the center of the box. Oh no. Ball crossed in. Header. I think they're forgetting how to play football for like 5 seconds. 78th minute. '78th minute. Goes down. Good play. Clear, 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 clear. 78th minute. Canada relieves the pressure or not. 78th minute. Throw in. '79th minute. Playing forward. Here comes Promise David. Promise David. Shot. Goal. 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 That's why you play Promise David. Offside. Ah, shit. He was offside. Nope. He was offside. Nah. I gotta see this. Hold on. Oh, come on. Really? 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 Bullshit. No. That wasn't offside. You gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. Oh my God. Jesse Marsh told the ref to lift the flag. You don't want to play Promise David. Oh my God. No. That was not at all. Shot over the bar. Oh my God. We just got jobbed. Oh my God. You gotta be fucking kidding me. No VAR. I know there's no VAR, but oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Free kick for Uzbekistan. Oh yeah, no, I know. Now Uzbekistan's gonna score a goal. Now Uzbekistan's gonna score a goal like in the 92 minute because of course they are. We just got jobbed. We just got fucking jobbed, man. The ref called it offside, but Promise wasn't offside when the ball was passed. He was on. That was a horrible call. 1-0, still not good enough. Well. I mean, you got to take a look at the conditions and the fact that Uzbekistan were putting a shell like they were a Koopa. They fell into a Koopa shell. You add those two things in there, I mean, it's not as bad as you think. But I'm more worried about the fact Jonathan David looked like no VAR, no, because it's a friendly. Because Jonathan David looked like shit. That's what I'm more worried about. No VAR, 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 VAR. Brizo, 82 minutes. Like, I don't. Dane St. Clair is down hurt. Dane St. Clair's down hurt. I don't know why, because he's been doing nothing. Mars, Kit Kat, Coffee Crisp, lol. No. Bar is in British American Racing. Which then became Honda, which then became Braun GP, which then became Mercedes. Kit Kats. For me, the best chocolate bar is a Kit Kat. Sergey is on for Sofiev. Kit Kats are the best chocolate bars. I do like Crunch bars as well. Now you want to talk about oddball candy bars like the Almond Joys and Mounds and Payday. I love the Payday bars. I love Payday bars. One with the peanuts all over it with the caramel bar. Payday is awesome. I love those Payday bars. Awesome. 83rd minute. Awesome. I mean, when it comes to Reese's Cups, I don't mind them. The texture is not exactly my favorite. I mean, if I was going to eat something, I'm upset Canada couldn't score more. Well, that's what happens when the bus is parked against you and your best striker plays like shit and you start Kyle Aaron. And it's raining like a mug. You know what? There are things I'm worried about, but not exactly the score. I think Canada played better than a 1-0. But, of course, well, it should have been 2, but it's 2-0 in my eyes. Promise was way onside. Well, first of all, that. Second of all, Krapo's better. First of all, yeah, it's pretty much 2-0 in my eyes, but arguably I still think Canada performed better than 2-0. So, there are some players I'm worried about, but I can't say I'm totally mad with the performance. But again, where was that? If I'm going to eat something with chocolate and peanut butter that's a candy or a sweet, I would rather, shot saved by Dane St. Clair, I would rather eat a Nutty Buddy. I like the texture of the Nutty Buddy better. The wafers, the peanut butter in between, the chocolate, the crunch to it, that's what makes it better than a Reese's Cup. Like, if I like one, I like the other. But I think it's more of a sensory issue, frankly. I think it's more of a sensory issue because I like the crunch of a Nutty Buddy more than I do the chew of a Reese's Cup. But, I could live with a Reese's Cup. I can. I sometimes eat Reese's Cups. I can live with that. But I think it's a sensory issue of why I like Nutty Buddies better. It's the crunch of the wafer. Playing forward. Oluwaseyi! And saved. 86 minute. I think it's more of the crunch. I prefer the crunch over like the chew, you know. So it's more of a sensory issue more than anything. I mean, the goalie got there. I mean, I don't think Oluwaseyi did too bad. Corner for Canada. You know, fudge brownies are good. What about brookies? Like brownie with the cookie batter and it's like swirl. Oh boy. Oh, that's awesome. Love those. I love those. Wow, what a save. 86th minute. Chouanier, ball crossed in. Header. Also, y'all, at the end of this game, you're making me go full Mike Leach. You're making me talk about my favorite candy bars and such. I do love Rockets. For the Americans, those are the Smarties. American Smarties are Rockets. You know, like the chalk tablet-like candy. You know what I'm talking about? Those are good. I love those. In Canada, Smarties are basically a rip-off of M&M's. Pretty much. I'd rather eat M&M's. But Rockets are awesome candy. Those are awesome. I love them. Starburst, I prefer the pink Starburst the most. I'm not complaining about it. Either way, I love Starburst. Pink Starburst especially. But for the past, 6 years? I don't like almonds and I don't like coconut. So I'm not a freaking boomer. I don't like almonds and I don't like coconuts. That's why I don't like Almond Joy and Mounds. I'm not a fan of coconut and I don't like almonds. It's not my forte. '88th minute. Shot blocked away. Header by Canada. See, here's the thing with... well, that makes sense. Fair enough. See, I think of Almond Joy and Mounds as a boomer candy. Well, no, my Nana and Pop weren't boomers. They're probably more silent generation, if anything. But they loved those. Like, they loved those. There's a reason why I love Paydays, because they always bought the packs of, like, Paydays with the Almond Joys and the Mounds, and I always took the Paydays. Always did. Especially when my Pop was still alive. But they were the ones who liked Almond Joys and Mounds. That was them. So for me, it's boomer. For you, it might be your culture. That's why people like it. Because again, rainy 89th minute. I'm just a gringo. So ball crossed in, header. So, but I guess they're also the reason. But speaking of that, like, when I used to get Starburst, when my Nana was alive, I used to always give her the lemon Starburst because she loved those. Ever since she passed, I've just bought the favorites. Like with the cherry, the strawberry, the watermelon, both pink Starbursts, and fruit punch. And I prefer fruit punch way more than I do lemon. I can at least eat the fruit punch. I have nobody to pawn off a lemon Starburst on. Barely anybody likes those. Ever since my Nana died, I have nobody to pawn them off on because nobody likes lemons, so I just buy the favorites. Shot, goal! There's two! Stick it up your... Jaden Nelson scored. 2-0 Canada. So really, it should have been 3-0. Jaden Nelson, 2-0 with a curling shot, low and in. +1. So, I mean, really, it was 3-0 Canada, you know? I mean, that's better than what you know. Is it really that bad? 2-0. And let's be real, it was really 3-0, but I can't put that down on the thumbnail because that wasn't the really score. Or should I put it was actually 3-0 on the thumbnail on the side? Oluwaseyi plays it to Nelson in a low shot and in past the goalie. Good finish, too. Yeah, I think I may put on the side. It was actually 3-0. Promise was on side. Should I? I think that's what I might do. I might put it on the side. I think I might. 2 minutes to go. Or 1 minute to go. Well, let's see what they add. But either way, Charleston Chews are pretty good, Candy. Those are pretty good. Playing forward. But enough about candy. I don't actually hate candy corn as long as it's Jaden was good in Vancouver. Unlike Prizo, like I miss Prizo in Toronto. Jaden, he's been better since he left Toronto. Honestly, since he got to Vancouver. But yeah, that makes me miss him in Toronto. I've always missed Prizo in Toronto. We should have never traded him for Mark-Anthony Kaye. So, well, it's friendly, but thank you. Corner for Canada. Like, candy corn, I like it when it's Halloween time. The only, the 3 days around Halloween will I eat candy corn. And that's full time. 2-0 for Canada. It should have been 3. 2-0 for Canada. They get the win. They beat Uzbekistan. There were some negatives, but more positives than not. We'll take it. But 2-0. Supposed to be at least 4-0. Well, I mean, really it was 3, so I mean it's not far off. I mean, during a rainy game where the other team was parking the bus, I'll take a 3-0 any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Either way. But again, I saw on the internet, I looked up candy corn. And people do Christmas color candy corn and Valentine's color candy corn. No. That is heretical. No. Unlike Mike Leach, I don't mind candy corn as long as it's the 3 days around Halloween. If it's the day before, day after, and the day of Halloween, I don't mind eating candy corn. But besides that, no. It's the 3 days next to Halloween. It's October 30th, October 31st, and November 1st. That's when candy corn is valid to eat. It's not that bad. But only on those 3 days. And no, I did not like seeing the pictures of freaking Christmas color candy corn and Valentine's color candy corn. Now that's wrong. Now that's wrong. Fair enough, but either way, every Canadian player in the starting 11 out of 10. Shit, I'll do that here before I leave. Crepeau, 7. Crepeau was a 7. Johnston, 6. Bombito, 5. He didn't really have that good of a game. Cornelius, 8. Larea, 5. Miller, 8. Kone, 8. Eustachio, 6. Buchanan, 7. Laren, 7. David, 6.5. Out of players that played, Dane St. Clair, 6. He did nothing. Luc De Fougereau, 7. Alfie Jones, 6. 6 is about baseline. Ralph Prizo, 8. 8. Segor, 8. Saliba, 6. Oso, 7. Chouanier, 7. Oluwaseyi, 8. 2 assists, 8. Jay Nelson, 7. Promise, 7. Boom, there you go. I wouldn't say anybody was a 10, but Canada will play final friendly match versus Ireland on Friday. Yep. Okay, so you agree more with Mike Leach than me. Okay. All right. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that join button. Become a member. Hit that hype button to put stuff in the algorithm. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then tomorrow night we'll be live for Haiti versus New Zealand and review that as well. So we'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.